Hello everyone and see you again in the second video session. And on these sessions, we are going to study the blueprint 4. Anyway, we have learned a lot about the language focus of the blueprint 4 already, which is to give advice and suggestion using to infinitive and gerund. And the theme of the lesson is the sport and fitness. So that is why today video I am going to pick up a few popular sport in other country to show all of you, and I hope that those sport you might see them on the TV somewhere before, or if you have never seen those sport before, it is also a good opportunity to learn something new during this COVID-19 season. As you already know, sport is very useful for all of us. Sport can keep us healthy. However, because of the different geographical location, we are the Cambodian people. We play sport differently, or we enjoy different sport from those who live in other country. Let's say in the American, in the British. So they might play different type of sport that we have never seen before. So in sorry. So in today's video lessons, you are going to see 6 different sports and some of the tools that you need in order to play that sport. And one country that sport is popular. So the popularity of the sport can be various from country to countries. So here are those 6 sports which are not quite popular, or we have never seen people play those particular type of sport in our country. So we have the kind of sport which is hunting, marathon, cheerleading, handball, cricket, and hockey. So how these type of sport being played and where are they coming from? So we will look at each sport one by one. So first start with the um, sport which is hunting. So as you know, hunting is the practice of seeking, capturing, or killing wild animals. People use a different type of tool in order to do this. They consider this as the sport because people have to go to the forest. People have to find the wild animal in order to kill them. So the tool that they use, mostly you can use gun, which is quite popular nowadays, and because of our modern society, we have very advanced gun. But in the past, people used spear or arrow in order to kill those animals. And nowadays, it is very quite popular in some country. Example, let's say in the United States and in Africa. However, killing wild animal is not a good idea for the conservation, for those who conserve or keep the wild animals. They take care of the wildlife. So killing wild animal is not quite good practice. However, people still enjoy doing it, but under precautions. They need to pay some amount of money in order to do so, and the place that eligible to hunt or some type of animal that you can hunt or you can kill is limited as well. Let's moving on to the other type of sport, which is marathon. For the marathon sport in our country, it is also quite popular nowadays. Marathon is a long distance race with an official distance of 42.195 kilometers. So you have to run for 42 kilometers. It's quite a long distance, right? But people joining this sport, they join as a team and they can run all together. And what are the tools that you need to do this sport? Very simple, right? You need only a running shoe and that's it. You just put your feet and runs on the road. Quick facts, everyone. So this marathon game was put into the Olympic game back then in 1896. It is very old type of sport, right? As I said, marathon is quite popular in all the countries. People like running, and running is good for your heart, good for your bodies, right? So yeah, it's quite popular. Let's move on to another type of sport, or we can say it is just the type of activity. Have you ever watched a football match? Before the competitions take place, there are a group of people. They just come and they dance, they cheer up the players. So these activities called cheerleadings. So cheerleading mostly done by a group of women, and they are holding, yeah, pom pom. This one we call pom pom. They are holding this, they dancing. So this activity, the participants, or we call the cheerleaders, those who cheers the player, cheer for their team as a form of encouragement. And the originally idea of the cheerleading activity is originated in the United States. However, nowadays it's quite popular in all across the world. In the beginning of every match, whether it is football match or it is a tennis match, people have a group of people to cheer their players. So we call cheerleadings. And the other type of game, which is handball. So handball is a team sport. You need to play as a team. And in each team, there are 7 players and who have to pass the ball using their hand. And then they need to throw the ball into the goal of the other team. The idea quite similar to football, but they don't use their feet in order to kick the ball. They use their hand. That is why they call handball. And the ball is quite small, as you can see in the picture here. And the game can be played by using a small ball, which called handball. And the place we have an handball playing fields. So the game is quantified, which means made at the end of 19th century in Denmark, and they just quite popular in that country nowadays. So let's move on to another game, which is cricket. To better understand what cricket is and how to play that game, I would like you to watch these short videos to get some idea of how this game is played. So are you ready? Good.
How to play cricket. If you think that regular classic baseball is getting a little stale, spice up your sports life with a little English-bred cricket. You will need 24 people, a cricket field, a cricket ball, a cricket bat, 2 wickets, 6 stumps, 4 bails, and gloves. Optional, protective gear. Step 1. Gather 22 players and 2 umpires on a 350-foot-long oval-shaped field with a 66-foot-long playing area, or pitch, in the middle, and divide the players into 2 teams. Step 2. Get the cricket ball, a cricket bat, wickets, stumps, and bails. Set the wickets up on either end of the pitch. Wickets comprise 3 vertical stumps and 2 horizontal bails. Step 3. Set up play by sending the fielding team onto the pitch to try to catch the ball and prevent runs from being scored. Choose one player on the fielding team to be the bowler. The bowler will take the ball and stand behind the wicket opposite the batter. Elect a wicket keeper to squat behind the wicket behind the batter. The bowler and wicket keeper should wear protective gear to avoid injury. Step 4. Send 2 players of the batting team to bat, a striker and a non-striker. The bowler runs and pitches the ball to the striker, who attempts to hit the ball. The non-striker will stand behind and wait to run. If the ball is hit, the 2 men run to the opposite end of the pitch. Step 5. Know the ways of getting out. The batter is out if a fielder catches the ball before it bounces, If the bowler hits a stump and knocks off a bail, if a fielder knocks a bail from a stump when the batters are going for a run, if the wicketkeeper knocks a bail from a stump before the batter returns after hitting the ball, or if the ball hits the batter but the umpire thinks the ball would have hit the wicket had the batter not been in the way. Step 6. Score runs by hitting the ball if you're a batter. After a batter hits the ball, both batters run to the opposite end of the pitch. Batters can repeatedly score runs by running back and forth to the wickets until the opposing team gets them out. If a batter hits the ball past the far boundary of the field, their team is automatically awarded 6 runs. If the ball hits the ground before it passes the boundary, the team receives 4 runs. Step 7. Win by scoring the most runs. An inning is complete when everyone on the batting team has batted. After each team plays 1 inning, the team with the most runs is the winner. If that happens to be your team, don't gloat. Cricket is a difficult but exciting sport. Cut the losing team a break. Did you know? Although the origin of cricket is unknown, it is believed to have originated as early as the 13th century and was played by country boys who bowled at a tree stump.
Alright, as you can see, it's quite complicated and difficult to play. Do you find it fun to play this game? Sure, it is not really fun based on my idea, but as I said, different countries have a different way of enjoying different kind of sport. So now you know how cricket is being played. Now let's move on to the last sport for today's lesson, which is hockey. So what is hockey? Hockey is a sport in which two teams play against each other by trying to move a ball into the opponent goal using a hockey stick. So this is a hockey stick, everyone. And the tool that you need in order to play the hockey, which is only the hockey stick, the ball, and you need to wear some protective gear in order to protect yourself. In some game, the hockey mostly they play on the ice. Okay. The origin of the hockey is believed to originated in the Egypt in 14,000-year-old curving. As you can see in this picture here, it has been 4,000 year old already, and the activity in the curving here just show the people who play this game. So it is believed to be originated in Egypt. So after you look at some of these different type of game, I hope you learned something new from the videos today. And now it's time to say goodbye, and I hope to see all of you again in the next video.